there'll be people coming down, they'll mash it up. We've heard we've got intel. They're looking to destroy your place. He treated me like you. Bruv, I'll never forgive them for that.
Like a Britney moment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a mad just coming. A mad one.
Hello, I'm David Vujanic.
And I'm Gonzalez.
And this is Stripped, brought to you by William Hill.
On this show, we talk to celebrity guests as we get nostalgic, looking back at retro football shirts that made us fall in love with the game.
Our guests pick 4 shirts that tell the story of their life. The first one, the haunted one, the unforgettable one, and the named one.
Listen, today's guest, woo, the greatest. In fact, this is why I'm just like this, because he taught me about swag. I remember when he dressed up with a white. Anyway, we'll talk about it after. Ladies and gentlemen, Rio Ferdinand.
How you doing?
Rio.
How you doing?
How are you, man?
Not bad. Didn't see you long ago, did I? Didn't see you for ages.
Grew my hair.
I know. I thought you changed as a new guy. I don't even have his you.
How's things, Rio, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah?
Season's just started. Happy. Always happy when it's boring without this football playing, isn't it?
Man.
Season's back. I'm happy.
What do you think of his attire? You could give us some ratings on both of us, but I think Specs especially made an effort.
It's coordinated, colour, coordinated. I like he's just mixing like the hat from a different generation, different era with the new flex. I'm liking it.
I've never been a fan of the zip
No, the
t-shirts.
zip on the t-shirt's a mad one because it makes a shirt hang funny, man.
Yeah. Because what do you put in the...
What are you looking to hide in there?
Nah, but this is about Auntie's design, so...
Oh, sorry, right. Auntie, sorry, I'm sorry, Auntie Specs, sorry.
No, but for real, I never understood the zip t-shirt.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know why she
you
done
got pockets.
That. She tried to be unique.
Did your auntie really make that?
Yeah, she made this t-shirt, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm just wearing her stuff.
Oh, okay.
Freeman's, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell her to take the zip off.
Of course. How you been though, Rio, man? How's life?
I've been good, man. I'm all right. I've got a young baby. Well, he's 18 months now, so...
Congratulations.
Thanks. I like just a lot of time with him, the other kids as well, like an Uber driver at times.
You're an Uber driver?
Getting them about to places to training and all that stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, like without my dad and my father-in-law and stuff like that.
Sorry, I legit just, in my head, I
thought I meant real
was
Uber
doing
driver.
Uber driver.
No. I weren't getting ratings and that. But I was good, wasn't I? No, it's like, but just doing loads of stuff with the kids, along with all the stuff that you guys see like on the TV and
socials. The YouTube, obviously, Viable 5. I feel like your channel's really blowing up, man. I see it everywhere.
Yeah, you know what? We just made an effort to be consistent with content. You know what it's like. You've got to be consistent and bring stuff out all the time. So we're up to probably about 7 or 8 pieces a week now, every day. So like we're just going to try and keep growing that out and get to as many pieces a week we can get to without like oversaturating it. But it's good, man. We got like what I like about it, and that's how I met you first on it, Vuj. It was more like cross-pollinating people that love football, who are fans, who aren't necessarily in the public eye, but are doing the digital and the socials and that, with ex-players and current players. And I think just bringing that and merging that together is definitely where we sit at 5. So like we're going to continue pushing that.
Sick. So maybe they employ us at some point.
Bruv, this is all right here. I've got the contract in the back, man.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Me, so the contract's always here. So
yeah, I had my gap year, grew my hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? There's like friends rates, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I hear it.
I know, I've heard about your lot's rates. There's a madness. I've heard about it.
Is it? No,
it's all right.
I'm still
flexible.
Flexible. He's done 11 years in the game. I'm only 7 in.
But you know when you're like a pioneer, when you've done it early, afterwards you go to friendlies sometimes. You know, your boy's got a retirement game. You know, like Stankovic. I'm gonna be right back. You don't need to be the main man. You feel me?
Yeah, but that's because when you don't do that when you're confident in your ability.
You only do that when you're confident
in your ability, when you've proven and people know, and you know that people know. You can afford to say, no, I'm stepping back for a bit. I'm going to come back now, and I'm still going to have to glow.
Yeah, I like that. Should we go into the shirts?
Of course, man. I mean, the show's called Stripped. We're here to talk about, shirts, and obviously, when it comes to defending, I've told you face-to-face, foot manager. Tackling 20, marking 20. 20 is the highest attribute on foot manager.
I'm aware, yeah.
And it was hard to even sign players like Rio. You know what I mean? But we want to talk about the shirt that made you fall in love with the game. Of course, it's the West Ham 1996. On top. Remind me of Julian Dix.
Yeah, them times, yeah. Julian Dix, Ian Bishop, John Moncur, them type of players.
Samasiabu.
Just a bit after, maybe. A bit after. But yeah, that shirt is the one I made my debut in.
Let me look at this shirt.
It's got number 32 on the back. Never wore that number ever again. It was the first season that I wore it. It was just like, it was amazing, man. It was to pull the kit on and go on at Upton Park, especially your first game. And to be honest with you, I was as a young player, there was like a lot of hype around me. My name was already out there, so I was coming on. People knew what I was expecting, and they're expecting a certain level. Right, we've heard about him. What's he got on like the proper stage now under the lights? And so to do that, and I always said as a kid, my kind of mantra on my estate when you're sitting in the stairwells on the estate was always like, all of my mates, we used to sit there and go, if I could play 1 minute of professional football, I'd die a happy man. And so I managed to go that when I go on the pitch there's almost a moment of like exhale, like I've done what we've been talking about. But then obviously there's new targets, bang, immediately.
Yeah, I mean, this shirt, Dagenham Motors. What was Dagenham Motors?
Dagenham Motors was like a car sales showroom type thing in Dagenham. Whoa. It was like iconic around Essex and East London sides. And you know what it meant as well, which was the best thing for me as a player, as a young kid? I got to get a Mondeo free. Company car. Remember the Mondeos?
Yeah, Ford Mondeo.
Yeah, bruv.
They give you a free
Unbelievable.
Mondeo.
I had a saloon at 18, 19 years old. It was madness.
I used to love Ford. My uncle had an Escort.
Oh, yeah.
Ford Escort.
I like the Ford car.
Car. See, my first car was a Ford Fiesta 1.3 Freestyle. Banging.
I had a Fiesta.
Is it?
1.2 3-door, yeah. Bass box.
Yeah.
I remember, I missed that bass box.
You should take the cassette player out when you used to get anywhere so no one would nick it.
Did you have electric windows? Because I had the...
On the Mondeo, I had electric, but my first car I bought, I had to wind it up and down. Yeah. Like my kids would never know what that meant.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's mental. Kids these days don't know what wind up.
Yeah, mad.
Kids don't know what VHS is.
No. Cassettes and that. No, Betamax.
That's crazy, they don't know what teletext is.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
That's I booked my first boys' holiday on teletext.
You could it'll come up on the first page.
The holiday section on teletext, you'd have an image of a palm tree, pixelated, and like a towel.
And that's how they sold you your holiday. I'm going there and hoping to see that towel and that palm tree when I get there.
I want all of this back.
I want all of this. Even football results, you should take you 20 minutes to see the football results. Because if you miss your page where the score you're looking for, you have to wait for it to go back round.
Page 12, yeah.
I remember Neil Mellor, Arsenal, Liverpool. That's where I found out Liverpool won.
Is it?
2-1, 90th minute, Neil Mellor. Remember that?
Nuts.
Wow, the technological evolution. How have you found that, like, actually? Because Dagenham Motors now, where is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it exists, does it?
They probably don't exist, or they're selling cars online somewhere, I don't know. Or they're merged with someone, maybe Auto Trader or whatever. But yeah, the technology is obviously coming to the game even. Like, even data wasn't a word used in football. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like from nutrition to output physically when you're on the pitch. Like you can't, like back in the train, players Neil Ruddock and people like that will go like, today I'm just tossing it off, I ain't going to train hard. I'll just go and stand on the left wing, do nothing, get through it. Whereas now, you've got guys on the side of the pitch with all of these keyboards, the data just coming in per second. Oh, he ain't doing it what he should be doing. He's not running, he's not doing, so you can't hide no more, it's mad.
Yeah, it's too like, there's too much statistics. That's why I play the old Football Manager. Because I feel like new Football Manager is just too much of this. You know, he ran down that line 16 times. I don't want to know that. I just want to play the game.
Yeah, you want the goals, assists and goals, that's it.
Yeah.
VAR, obviously, Stefan in the Premier League has been a bit controversial recently with the VAR. I don't know what the refs are like.
No, I don't know what they're on. The Brighton goal the other day, Mendy the other day, like you're just thinking like some of the decisions, even like the officials who look after the refs come out and said they got 2 of the VAR decisions wrong this week. So like it's just, you think with the computers and human eye, they can't get it wrong, surely, but they are.
What do you think it is in the Prem that's where refs are getting it wrong, where it doesn't seem like the same complaints are happening in Serie A or La Liga? Seems like here it's just a problem.
I don't know. I just feel that the ref should just go to the side at every big decision and go, bang, it's my eye will tell you if that's right. Do you know what I mean? Got the video there, bang, just do it. The little ones, the ones that are obvious, let someone at Stockley Park do it. But when there's a big decision to be made, because you know what, us fans, we want to blame someone.
We do like blame.
We're used to it.
We like blame.
So if it was up to me, I wouldn't have technology involved in decision making. I want to blame the ref and I want to blame the linesman and I want it to create debate in the pub, in your front room.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Definitely. But I mean, the Dagenham Motors, we had, Pony as a sponsor. It was Pony, wasn't it?
Yeah, pony meant what back in the day? Like, it's rubbish.
Poo.
Yeah, poo.
What?
Yeah, pony was
Pony
like
meant
poo.
poo. You didn't know that?
No?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Pony was animal.
No, yeah,
It is an animal.
that's
but-
why I used to think the kit was dusty. Like, I used to think pony kit, nah.
And the collar is a strong collar.
Yeah. But it was floppy though.
Yeah,
Is it?
floppy collar.
Floppy, what
So when
big
you run, it's
collar.
like-
Yeah, it was hitting you in the chin and that. It was mad. The kit was, if you look at the kit on me as well,
Baggy.
it's about 5 or 6 sizes too big for me.
What was a 5XL?
Yeah, it's a John Hartson kit or something like that. It was a madness.
That's how I wear my clothes, man.
Yeah, it weren't for me.
It is like a robe.
And like when you think about it now, the kits are tight and snug, showing off man's physique. And I was skinny back then as well, so I was happy it was baggy.
Yeah. And the kits have. So you think you prefer the baggier kits? in
No, I'd
general?
rather be wearing the tight kits now.
Playing, but what would
Aerodynamic and that.
you wear them off the pitch? Like, do you wear kits on like a fashion?
If I was wearing a fashiony kit now, I'd want a baggier kit, if I'm honest, yeah.
But on the pitch, on
On the pitch, I want the aerodynamic. I don't want someone to be able to grab my shirt.
So it makes sense. Technology as well.
Yeah, Traore, Vaseline in his arms and that. Madness, isn't it? Remember?
We're going to go back, Rio, to where it started. Like, how did you get into the West Ham Academy? Because I've always tried to get, obviously I'm not that far behind you, but I tried to get in that West Ham Academy and there was ballers. It was like in their veins.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I was at QPR, yeah, and then my district, I played for a team called Blackheath District, and Frank Lampard's dad, don't know how, found me, and asked me to come down. He knew the manager of my team, Dave Goodwin. Said, "Come down, come down." Said no a few times, and all of a sudden, because back then you could go to club. I could go to for 4 weeks. I could go one club 1 week, another club another week, another club another week. That's how I could do it back then. Now you can't do that. You go somewhere, you got to stay there. And if you want to leave, you've got to pay compensation, whereas I could move freely. So I went to, after a couple of weeks of asking, I went to West Ham, and I turned up to West Ham training in a QPR kit. And all the few of the boys were giving me a little bit of grief, few tackles, like almost like you're taking liberties coming there like that. And I didn't go back. I said, I ain't going back there. I got there late as well, because travelling was like 2.5 hours from my house. It was long. I just thought, this isn't me. And then Frank Lampard's dad come watch me a few times again, asking me, please come back. And then the rest is history. I went down there and I just fell in love with West Ham.
And was you always a centre-back?
No, I played midfield. I was a midfielder, scored goals. I was like Frank Lampard before Frank.
Whoa, okay.
I was banging in goals. I was the goal scorer.
So you were the original Frank Lampard scoring goals from midfield?
Frank Lampard saw me and thought, right, that's a bit of me. Frank, tell him, don't lie. No, I'm joking. He was a year older than me, Frank. So he come a couple of times to watch me play even. It was mad. And when his dad was asking me to go. And I went, and then I only went centre-back when a player didn't turn up. A defender didn't turn up, and the manager, because I was quite tall, the manager said, Rio, you play centre-back? And I said, yeah, for 1 week, it's fine. Then all of a sudden, 5 weeks later, I'm still playing centre-back, and I'm saying, no, this ain't where your name gets up in lights. This ain't Hollywood. I need to be, I want to score goals and be like the man that people are singing about. Centre-backs don't get that. And the guy, I remember the coach, Paul Heffer, said, like, if you want to be serious about making it as a player, we think centre-back's going to be the position. And from when I heard that, I was a centre-back.
You were focused from young.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
was just
you-
desperate to be a professional. Desperate, like I was like obsessed with it. Like me and my mates, I'd play Sunday league game, and then I'd go down the park and do mad like work on something like with my mate, just passing the ball to each other or whatever, and like go and play with like older guys or just off my estate in a place called like Burgess Park, where it used to be like a load of like African guys from different parts of Africa used to go and congregate on a Sunday and just play, like all grown men. And we used to go there, I was like 13, 14, and they would just kick the life out of you really. But if to play, you had to be like, one, you could take getting kicked, and you had to be like strong character-wise to deal with the cussings. So it was good, man. Good, great like breeding ground, definitely.
Yeah. What is it about South London that produces so many?
Yeah, because so many balls.
It's mad. Like, have you seen that South of the River documentary?
Not yet.
I've
Not
heard
seen
about
it?
Not yet.
Look it up. It's like about young players coming from South London. Like you got Tammy Abrahams, Joe Gomez, Sancho, Callum, Hudson-Odoi. There's loads, obviously me, there's loads, Wrighty, etc. There's so many. And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's just like there's a difference of like South London players, the way they even carry the ball, the way they move. It's just like, and the cages, playing in the cage.
Farrah Williams said that as well. Wasn't she South London?
Yeah, she's Patsy girl, yes.
They play in the cage as well.
Yeah.
Most capped
Most capped England player.
ever, men and women.
Said that.
Mad.
Because I was born in South.
Wait.
Yeah, I was born in Deptford.
Was you? Yeah.
But Mumsy moved to North quickly. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I didn't make it.
Yeah, it's true. You got let down by North London.
Oh, man.
I grew up in North West London. That's a strange part.
Whereabouts?
Well, Kilburn, Willesden.
Yeah, what players come from them sides?
I think we have.
What players come from there? I don't know any.
I don't think there is one.
Other than you, that's it.
yeah, someone.
Just rappers.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're good at rapper production.
Yeah.
Football, not so much. But obviously, West Ham. So who did you grow up supporting then?
You know what? It was weird. I didn't really support a team properly. I loved players.
Okay.
And my favourite players was like John Barnes. So I watched a lot of Liverpool, and a lot of my mates were Liverpool fans. So I watched a lot of Liverpool as a kid. But John Barnes was the reason. I loved Gaza and I loved Paul Ince. They were my three, and then Maradona as well.
Did you ever own a Liverpool kit?
Did I? I don't think I did. No.
Okay.
I don't think I did. But I got given one because I asked him for it. John Barnes, he gave me the candy kit.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You got it?
Yeah, with a number 10 on the back. He must have been so tight because it was so small, like a little kid's kit. But it was like he gave me one of his kits that he played in it. Unbelievable.
Rio, you say Paul Ince. You know, Paul Ince was the first black England captain. Like, was you aware that you were going to be the next? Because obviously you're the first black permanent captain for England. Are you aware of the importance of that?
Yeah, completely. Like, you know straight away, like, you know what it means as well to the community as well, black people. And to be able to, like, get to that point. It was just unfortunate I didn't get to go to the World Cup because I got injured on the eve of the World Cup because Emil Heskey dropped on my leg. Emil. No, I'm joking.
Was it training?
Yeah, in training the day before, the 2 days before. Madness. But no, to be named as a captain full time, there's definitely you do know, and like immediately, like, rah, as a black guy, this is a big moment.
So we had Lescott.
That's it.
He was sitting right on that chair and he told us a little story. He basically said in 2007,
Estonia game.
England were playing Estonia. And at half time, Rio Ferdinand decides to come off because his back's hurting him. And he looks at Lescott and says, Enjoy. But apparently your back weren't hurting you. You just wanted to give Lescott a chance to play. Is that true?
Yeah, because I know what it's like to be Jolyon in that position. Like, you're desperate to get on. Plus, I had a game on the weekend I wanted to be fit for as well. So, like, I was quite aware of stuff like that, to be fair, as a player. And listen, you can't ever put into words what it feels like to play for England. So to see an ex-man do it, and like you pass the torch a little bit like that, was I was definitely aware of that type of thing. You know what I mean? And plus, I had Alex Ferguson saying, if you play more than 45 minutes, you're dead.
Oh, so we didn't know that part of the story. See how there's so many different contexts.
Yeah, no.
Because to me, it seemed like just Rio was like, you know what? Obviously, he was in your thoughts.
Yeah.
But Alex Ferguson was also in your thoughts.
Yeah, for certain games, etc. But like first, it was like, I know that Jolyon's sitting there, like, and he's got a chance to get on. Because you know what happened to me, and why it made me like this and made me think like this. I was at the World Cup in '98. I was like 18, 19 years old, and Glenn Hoddle said to me, Rio, get ready to go on. And it was like about 5-10 minutes to go in one of the games, and Paul Ince went down with a little niggle and pretended that he had something wrong with him, and then he got brought off for a midfielder. So I never got to go on. And I thought, rah, Incey, man, I used to love you as a kid as well. Like, what are you doing to me? I couldn't believe it. Devastated. And I didn't get to play in the World Cup. In that World Cup, I went, but I got an unused substitute, and I had a chance. But he wasn't aware of what was going on the side, but it just like killed my chance. So when I saw situations like that with Jolyon coming about, I was always quite aware of what happened to me.
Yeah, he seemed quite grateful. It's a good move. I think it's a good move, and it shows that.
He owes you, man. He owes you.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Jolyon owes me.
I don't know. Yeah, what can Lescott do for Rio right now?
I don't know.
I have to figure out.
I'm not like, give him a login for Netflix.
Yeah. He could give me an under 21 cap now if I wanted it. He's a 21 coach, isn't it? Under 21 coach for England.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Just play for under 21s, just like a game.
Yeah, if I could now, like, just go and play a quick
Huddleston
game.
does it.
Yeah, he does it for Man United.
Yeah, that was great. I just see him coming on. I was like, what is going on here?
But it's a thing now, isn't it? Like, you got Spearing, I think Jay Spearing was doing it at Liverpool. Paul McShane was doing it at United before Tom Huddleston. So I think it's a thing to give the younger players experience and talk them through moments and that. It's good.
The unforgettable shot, let's go to that one. The unforgettable one. The one you always remember. Man United home kit, 1992-94. Strings on the collar.
Yeah, the strings on the collar was a big thing, but also it was like the players that played in that. It was like a moment as well. So Alex Ferguson, like like that team and that era was just born out of that moment of domination. It just started there, and the pictures that I always remember, especially when I signed for Man United, one of the memories that came back to me was always of Brian Robson and Steve Bruce lifting the Premier League. It's like a big moment in the history of Man United, and so that kit. With them players as well, Cantona coming as well, man. Like,
legend.
The input that he had as well going forward. So yeah, big.
What did you think of the fly kick when he fly kicked that guy in the stands?
The technique was on point, wasn't it? Mad technique.
It was good technique.
But if you hear what the guy said, really, he deserved it, innit?
Did he go a bit crazy?
Yeah, he said a bit like some derogatory terms, like it weren't nice. So like the guy, he wouldn't say that in Tesco's in R4, would he?
True. Then you could have to fly kick him into the Pringles.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be
That's a
over.
mess.
Or you know what I mean? The fresh food and fresh fish.
Yeah.
Messed him up.
So did you like the strings on the?
Yeah, I like the look of them, but I used to think practicality-wise, I don't know if it's great because if the chest of ball, it's going to hurt. Like you say, the string flicking up in your eye, you go blind for 30 seconds.
Taking a pen in it, just
yeah.
I wasn't a fan. If it's not Shabba Ranks wearing that, that's the only person I think should be wearing strings because that was
Shabba.
But Mr. Loverman.
It's a nice red. There's a nice little pattern on it as well.
That's the detail in that kit's nuts. Seriously, if you get close up to it, like behind, I don't know what it is even, but the detail is nice.
Yeah, nice little pattern, obviously sharp. Yeah. Good TVs, they made good.
Do you know
TVs.
what I used to think as well? If a sponsor, you remember the kit by a sponsor as well.
We've been talking about a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Crown Paints, the Liverpool kit, Candy, Liverpool kit, JVC,
Carlsberg,
Arsenal, iconic kits. Sharp falls into that category. Holston, Pills, Spurs.
That's a good point.
You know what the best one was?
Go on.
Nintendo Fiorentina.
No, that was dry.
What?
No, I'm joking. Who was the main man then? Was it Batistuta?
Batistuta.
Rui Costa.
Rui, big player.
Yeah, legend.
No, it's a very, 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 very good kit.
So when Man United were wearing this kit, Alex Ferguson was
winning trophies. He was killing it. Did you ever know that he was going to call you and say, Rio, I want you, man?
No, I didn't. And you know what as well? I was actually jealous of Man United then because people were saying to me, a bit after this kit actually, they were saying to me like, it's mad. Me and Frank Lampard went Magaluf one year, yeah?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, really good trip, yeah. But it was FA Cup final weekend, they were playing Newcastle and we were like, there was a load of, actually Leicester team were out there. We were having a drink with like, all the Leicester guys like Jerry Taggart and Neil Lennon and all them. And then I went toilet, I think United were winning, I don't know what it was, or they'd won. I went toilet and a fan came and it was like a United fan and he went, I bet you'd love to play for us, wouldn't you, for Man United? And I went, never would I play for Man United, ever. Dead team, no chance. I was jealous because they kept winning. I was thinking, nah, man, they got that. When other teams win, you get jealous and you hate a little bit, and I was the hater at that moment. Okay. But then when Sir Alex Ferguson came, mate, that was it. I didn't look back.
So did you get the call from him? When did you first speak to Sir Alex?
In 2002 World Cup, we went there, and that was really when I came of age a little bit. Played well in the tournament, and I remember during that tournament, Sir Alex Ferguson was speaking to some of his players like Nicky Butt and they were saying, you should come, man. Got to come Man United. It's bigger than being with England. When you go anywhere in the world, there's madness, like it's pandemonium. When you go anywhere, like this chance to win, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, rah. And then that was it. My agent said to me that they put a bid in and it was like a transfer record for a defender in the world. And I was like, gotta go, man. My whole being of being a footballer was about winning. And up to that point, I hadn't won anything. And I was like 23, 24. And I was like, I need to go. Can't waste no more time. Loved it at Leeds, had a great time, but I need to go. And that was it.
Is that when you wore the white trousers and the white blazer?
The white suit.
White suit?
Yeah.
So was that you saying, okay, you know what? I'm here to win, I'm here to look good too? Because that white suit for me you know.
No, it was mad. People always thought that suit's probably more famous than me, mate.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in my house, just in the.
Can I borrow it?
It would probably fit you as well. Yeah.
I'll wear it with this hat.
Yeah,
This waistcoat.
you would look sick, bro.
No
Seriously,
socks.
you would look boom.
Do it
Serious.
for Halloween.
No, seriously. I'm going to bring it one time. I don't know. I'm going to bring it out again and just let people see it.
Put it on.
With no shirt,
Do it on,
chain.
Do it on BT.
Bruv, I'm going to do it.
Just come out one day.
Yeah.
I love it.
I need United to get to a final or
That's
something,
it.
an iconic moment like.
Or like, if United, let's say, all right, cool. What we say, like, what? Like a final or something?
Yeah.
Shake on it so he does it.
Man United get to a final, and you got to remind me because I'll forget.
Yeah.
Just-
The internet won't forget. We'll put
Yeah,
this out.
yeah.
This year.
I'll do it. I'll wear
final?
them
No,
out.
not
Yeah,
final.
Final.
No, I want to be support.
You say you say go final.
No, it's got to be a good final.
I say
Like
top
what?
4.
It's
top
got to
four.
be like not top four.
Yeah,
That's
top
too
4.
easy.
Top 4.
We're getting top 4. It's too easy,
Yeah,
bruv.
so you're gonna do it on top
It's
four?
got to be like FA Cup final or Champions League or Europa League
Well,
final.
we can wear your suit.
No, he'll wear it on TV.
Yeah, but you
And
got
you
to
can
be
borrow it.
there at least, and then you wear it for like if the winning party or something like that after.
Yeah, you wear it for Halloween.
Something tells me the suit is sharp. Is it sharp or is it a designer?
What do you
What do you mean?
Like sharp, you know the.
What, made by the TV company?
No, the suit is like, bruv. I went to. Do you remember the shop in London called Vertice?
Nah.
It was like the mad designer place you could go. Only getting one-aways in there, like from like
Pradas.
Italy and
No,
places
I remember-
like that.
I remember
not even-
Madhouse.
Prada and that weren't even. It was like exclusive, like one-away mad like names. Like you only get in like mad boutiques.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and I weren't looking for a suit to be unveiled as a Man United player. I liked the suit, see it, put it on, and it just looked too hot not to buy it.
Oh, if you wear a suit on TV and we just made that deal here, that was viral, mate.
It'll be
That
sick.
was-
That would be sick, though, innit? Just to bring it
Yeah,
back.
I'll wear it. It deserves it. The suit deserves to come back out. Serious. And the blonde hair as well. Oh my god.
Imagine getting to dye in the hair as well.
You already know. You already know.
I'm supporting United now. This is mad.
Throw it back.
I'm supporting United now.
I'll dye my hair. Blood. That's why we got a similar swag. Because even there's another picture.
Are you saying you have a similar swag to him?
Of course.
What, now as well?
Look at this picture. There's a picture here.
Back then.
Of what?
Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes, Wayne
This is
Rooney,
That's a
Crazy.
viral picture.
John O'Shea, and Alan Smith.
This is
Right?
crazy.
We look like a gone wrong boy band.
This is
That's what they're called. Gone wrong boy band.
That's
Yeah?
a great name as well. That's great branding.
What I love is someone's wearing Kalkani jeans here.
Yeah. I don't know who is. It might have been
John O'Shea.
John O'Shea, maybe.
Where did you lot? What year was
What is this here?
awful.
What's going on here?
I don't know, man.
Where you
But-
going?
But everyone, this was like on an all-dayer, I think. But that drinking session.
Why did everybody have the mad collar and you had the V-neck as well?
Yeah, everyone but bruv, you know what? At that time,
That's
I felt so smooth.
Sick, innit?
Oh, I felt no one could talk to me about fashion.
But what was it about them days that the fashion was so bad?
It was mad, innit?
It was a transitional phase.
People were wearing like not tight, but snug t-shirts a lot of the time, and baggy trousers, like
Boot
mad
cuts are heavy,
boot cuts,
man.
nuts.
But all of this has come back though.
But what I'm saying is like everyone's got a picture like that in their locker, where you look back and go, "Wow, who advised me here?" Mad.
I guess it's the culture at the time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it tells you that must have been the fashion because there's not one of us with a pair of skin tight drain pipe trousers. It's an ugly look.
Do you think Beck's got the cornrows from you?
I don't know, you know. I'm not sure
So
who had
you
him
influenced
first.
him?
I
Because
don't
he's
know.
done mad hair.
No, you had it.
styles. You must have had it first. Surely
I don't
it was
know.
you.
It was you, definitely you.
Maybe, I don't know. He might have had it before me, you know.
Maybe he influenced you. That's mad.
Maybe.
Beck's out of all people.
You know what the influence was for me to get cornrows?
Go on.
The drug test. Because I got banned, innit, for the drug test.
Yeah.
Because I missed it, I didn't go to it. To prove my innocence that I hadn't taken any form of substances, I had to let my hair get to I think it was 2 inches or something like that, to a certain length, so that you could take a hair follicle test that would go back, like, I think goes back a year or 18 months to test if you've had any type of madness in your system. So to prove my innocence, I grew my hair.
Okay.
That was the reason why. And then the braids came. Mad.
I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah.
But it looked good though.
I know.
We have a. What was that? Why did they get you again? I forgot that.
You're meant to do a drug test. A guy comes in the training ground, and then I forgot that he was there, and I went to out for lunch with Al Berkovic actually.
Bruh,
And then when I was with him, I looked at my messages like, "Rio, the drug test you missed. You haven't done it." And I said, "Oh, I'm coming back now." No, they've left, and that was it. And then they just.
Because there was a whole palaver over that.
Oh mate,
I thought that
they
was
treated me like.
Like you.
Bruv, I'll never forgive them for that because there was like people that had done worse and very similar to what I'd done and never been treated like that before.
Or is that you going to forgive the media, or is it just in
All
general?
of them, everyone. I put them all together.
Because I remember that was a real...
Yeah.
And it was as simple as that. It was, you went out for dinner, missed it, came
I
back.
might do a show on it, seriously.
Yeah, you probably should.
Exclusive here.
Well, as in, like, talk about it properly in depth.
Yeah. Because I think it's good for people to know and understand. I think there's still a lot of football fans out there think, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
I mean, there will
like,
be
did you light up a little?
He must have took one little hit of something or something like that. He must have been in it. Or mad.
Maybe at a party, during an accident.
Yeah, there'll be people
Second-hand
that think
smoke.
that. Yeah, there'll be people that think that, but...
So one day you'll potentially release that as a... Just get off your chest, get out. It might as well.
It
These
might
days as well.
Yeah, scream at the TV and scream at the camera and that.
Like a proper emotional one. Like a Britney moment.
Yeah, exactly. Have a mad just a mad one.
I love that with you reffing.
Yeah, exactly.
With you in the background, just...
I've got your back, I've got your back, man. Listen, I was Roy Keane. I was at a shoot the other day and I met Roy Keane for the first time and he didn't even shake my hand. So when you joined Man United, how was he?
No, he was funny, man. He's a funny guy, yeah. Like, he's got a persona now on TV and he plays it really well. And he is that when he's in that intense mode.
So he's not tough.
And game mode. Yeah, but he's like, he has got a sense of humour. He's a funny guy, man. Like, he used to make me laugh a lot. He was always part of the jokes in the training ground. Like, if anyone done something wrong or messed up, he was like, he'll be one of the first ones to hammer him, like, so. And he didn't mind being hammered himself.
Is it true that on the first training session, he passed you the ball, you took a bad touch, and he said, 30 million?
No. I didn't take a bad touch. I got the ball. The mad miss about it is that I got given the ball and I passed it to Gary Neville, who was on my team. And he turned and started screaming at me. Like, take risks. You ain't at West Ham or Leeds now. And I was like, right, I've just given it to a teammate. What are you talking about? I thought he was a madman. But I realised down the line that actually to win and to be the best, you need to be able to you don't do just Bobby Basic all the time. You've got to be able to do something else and take a few risks. Mad. But I thought he was crazy.
So going there to United, how much did that help you lift your level as a player, as an individual?
Yeah, because you're training with like serial winners every day. So I'm sitting there going, how does he do that? How has he got 5 Premier Leagues? And so I'm sitting there just micro-analysing people. Like to see who's doing what, who's great at warm-ups, who's great at recovery sessions, who's great. Scholes's standard every day in training, one of the top 3 players every day. Right, so that's a consistency level every day. There's a standard. Ten Hag now, I heard him the other day talking about it. There's standards at this club now every day. Those standards obviously dropped recently. But to be the best, you can't have like you switch it on and off like a light switch. I'll play today, chill tomorrow, and then think Saturday comes, you're going to go right. I'll put it on and we're going to fire. Don't happen.
See, growing up, when I was young and I used to look at Sir Alex Ferguson, I used to be scared. And there used to be stories of him throwing boots at players and stuff. So you joining now, was there any... Did you see any of that stuff, any of that hairdryer stuff?
Yeah, I was on the receiving end of quite a few, if I'm honest.
What, the boots or the...
No, the hairdryer. But he was... no, when you first sign, you don't even know what to call him. Like, Sir Alex, boss, gaffer. What do I say? Like, he's that like... Do I speak? Like, it's mad. He's like, you feel so... I don't know, he's got such an aura about him. It's when you first go there especially. And and to be fair, he's such a kind, giving human being of time and getting to know you personally as a personality and character and dealing with you the way it suits your character. That's one of his best traits. He never dealt it wasn't a blanket approach to everybody. Everyone's treated the same. It was like, you might cry because if I shout, so I'm not going to shout at you too much, but I might shout at you to get a reaction out of him. Because if I shout at you, you might get scared and then think, I'm not going to do anything to do wrong, I'm going to up my levels. Like, it was mad. He was mad. Like, he'd look at everything like from a premeditated angle. It was crazy. He was doing the mental health stuff before anybody, before mental health was a thing. Like, and looking at people and just working out where they are mentally is good.
I can see how you are as a character, like why you fit into United as well. Because I've seen that you really care about winning. Like you are a bit of a serial winner, like a perfectionist, it seems to me.
Yeah, but you learn that. I don't think there ain't many that are born like that. Because I keep hearing people say, "Oh, you're born this or born that." It can be taught. I'm a living proof of that. Like, I wasn't a natural leader from birth. I grew into that role. I wasn't a captain at West Ham. Wasn't captain. I don't even think of the youth team. Then went to Leeds and became a captain. and then you grow into it. And then I went to Manchester United, and you see other people, you're sitting there and watching Roy Keane. Do you know what I mean? And thinking, okay, that's how he does this, that, and the other. And then Gary Neville for a little bit, Giggsy for a bit, and then you become a voice in the change room. But you've had to sit and analyse and work out and look at other people, the way that they conduct themselves, and you work out the culture of the football club, and you buy into it immediately. And then you learn to win, understand how to win, and then you help others through that process.
And was it, obviously South London, in London it's not easy to grow up in a city. Was there any points where maybe you could have gone on a wrong path or been distracted? Yeah,
but also being from South London and my environment that I grew up in, it was the best place to grow up to prepare me to go into like a Man United or something like that, or to go into football, where it's like there's a lot of hard knock stories, there's a lot of like ups and downs, bumps in the road that you've got to be ready to have. And the environment that I grew up in prepared me for that massively, because it ain't all rosy. There's unbelievable great times and positivity, but there's also things where it can go wrong. And like you say, there's moments in your life where I know like there were friends of mine going and doing crazy stuff, but from a young age, I had a goal that I wanted to be a footballer. I wanted to be successful. And I had two parents at home that cared for me, and they provided that discipline as well. Where if I brought police to my front door, it was over for me. Do you know what I mean? If there was any time that police was knocking my door, my dad always said that to me. You're going to get in trouble, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But if police ever knock this door, beware. Legs were gone, worse than penalties.
But that discipline, obviously, everything.
Yeah, it's perfect. I look back now and I'm thankful. Do you know what I mean? That's what I say to my kids. Like discipline, what me and Kate put into them, and the tellings off and whatnot. I know that they're going to be one day going, you know what, I'm happy my dad was like that. Kate was like that.
Yeah, they're great kids though. I mean,
so you know them, innit? You see them.
Yeah.
We used to call them again. You used to call them iTunes and Simba.
Simba, that's it.
That's what you call
Legends. United, man, absolute legend. They're doing well. Obviously, beat Arsenal. I think that's a big rival.
Are we really going to talk about it?
Are you Arsenal fans?
He's Arsenal.
I didn't know.
He's Burnley.
I'm a Burnley fan, man.
He's Burnley, but obviously Arsenal, ex-Arsenal. You are a fan of United, right?
Yeah,
You're a fan. Obviously, when Ollie was there, I remember you had your moment, which I think everybody clipped for a while because Ollie's at the wheel.
Do you know at that time, it was something like we won 14 in 16 games.
So
probably like 85 to 90% of the fan base was saying what I was saying. It's just that I said it.
And because you beat PSG as well. You beat PSG and it got very exciting. In PSG. That was massive. Mad. But, it didn't work out. That sort of got clipped. How does it feel now that it seems like you were sort of becoming the laughingstock again? You nearly got Arnautovic. It was looking like you were going deviating.
I thought you'd been right with a Vic coming.
I would have loved it.
Oh, see.
I was about to get a shirt. But, he doesn't arrive. You end up getting Anthony. It seems like the levels...
The transfer window went from laughingstock to, this is serious.
It seems like only United can do that.
Yeah, because the pulling power of their badge.
That's mad.
Yeah, but it's not as strong as it was. But like Casemiro going from 5 Champions Leagues at Real Madrid, being comfortable there to go into Man United. Listen, I know there's going to be money involved that would sway him, I'm sure. But still, he's got to think, I'm going to go to Man United. That's a big pull. Do you know what I mean? Anthony, getting him, we chased De Jong, that got put to the side. But then you got Martinez as well and Malacia, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, the window's closed. 2 games in, it's the same old story, embarrassing, but then all of a sudden he's had a little bit more time and now things are starting to look a little bit more steady. So onwards and upwards, hopefully.
But it seems like big switches, it's happened within a week where Arnautovic didn't come because fans were pissed off. Like, they would have had him.
Say, I like it.
No, I like it as well, but it doesn't happen a lot. It seems like United really has a different type of pressure.
But you need to have a lot of fans to do that.
True.
No disrespect to Arsenal.
Don't worry. United doing okay. They'll be back. They'll be back.
It seems
in terms to what the start of the season. You'll be back. This is just don't worry.
Oh, you mean back to the...
Yeah, of course.
But you're feeling good about Ten Hag. It seems like...
I just think that he's brought discipline. I just like some of the sound bites I hear from him. Like one of the best things I heard that he said was after the window closed, I'm happy with the players that he bought. He said, no, I'm happy with the people that I've bought. Not just the players, the people. And I think it's I was asking, where's the character? Where's the personalities in the team? When the chips are down, who's there to fight, etc., and lead the dressing room? And he's brought, it seems, good characters. Casemiro's obvious one. Martinez, we didn't know too much, but what you see at the moment, he's a good character, the right sort you want in war, etc. In games. So Anthony looks like he wants to be the main man, and he's enjoying the limelight one game, but you can see he had one moment in the game, scored, that's top level, but it's the right noises are coming out at the moment.
And beating Arsenal. It was good. It was a good game. But when are you going to convince Nemanja Vidic to come to the UK and just give everybody interviews?
What's he doing? Where is he? What's he doing?
He's apparently
He's
coaching.
back in Serbia. He finished his career in Milan, and then he went back to Serbia. Now he's there. I don't know exactly what he's doing. He's been guarded with the information that he gives because I'll say it. So
Is it?
So he's guys. What a man, great guy. Yeah, great guy. But yeah, we're gonna do something. Just he's got to get back to England and see him when I see him.
So when you go back home, like when you go back to Serbia, I went, and every time I go, I'm like, I might as well stay. There's something about when you go back. I don't know if it's like you feel home there or whatever it is. You're like,
Is it a nice country?
It's intriguing.
Well, that's a different answer than I was expecting.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think nice. It's beautiful. It has its beautiful parts. I mean, it's a tough country, but it has a lot of, I'd say, soul and heart. I think a lot of the people from there are driven by that. There's a lot of socialising. There's a lot of family time. A lot of coffees. A lot of cigarettes. I don't know if Vidic smokes cigarettes, but
No, he was a consummate pro. Didn't really
highest cigarette smoking population in Europe. 40% of the population smoke.
Wow.
Apparently.
And Vida's one of the 60%.
Apparently not. I think it's higher than 40. That people we smoke indoors still.
Is it?
Like I'll go to a restaurant.
Rules.
No rules.
That's like, you know, back in the day, you used to go to a rave or something like that. You used to have to hang your T-shirt before you took it back to the shop to give it back to them.
It's got that element of, element of east and west. You know, it's sort of the middle ground of the clash of cultures.
The pass through.
Path, yeah. So I think, it's an interesting place. I could go on about it for ages. A lot of meat, a lot of grilled meat.
Oh, I love
Have
that.
you been?
I love that. No, but I love them barbecue meat
You need
vibes.
to go out. Bro, I beg you, just go.
I want to say
visit him.
Vida to take me on a tourist visit.
I feel like, do it, man. Message him, be like, take me Serbia, let's have some rakia.
He's asked me enough times, but I've just never had the time
He's
to
that
go.
poet with me. I want that poet come with me, bro.
Did Poe go with you?
That hasn't been yet.
Poet would love it.
I'll go
love
before
it,
him.
innit?
What's the music like there?
We have a lot of that.
Yeah, that's not me.
A bit of that. A lot of
It's not even with that.
No,
a lot of turbo folk, which is like, you know, we have like a lot of trumpets as well. A lot of I don't know if it's your vibe really, but you
Your vibe is no.
Like, here's ones and twos.
No, I like everything, all music, but I don't like the techno.
That's
business.
mad, yeah.
I mean, but I like most music. To be fair,
We'll get you down there, man. I think, one day,
expect you
man.
can play maybe.
And you can get to DJ.
I play everything. I play house. I play, I like techno. I love everything. But
Right, imagine
it's
around the
great.
pool, like you got any like rooftop bars and stuff like that we could just
Right,
take
great.
over.
One time I remember I was at a party in LA, Man United, you know, all there. That was pretty fun.
Was I there?
You weren't, you know, it was all the Mourinho, when Mourinho was there. I saw Mourinho and everything. I was like,
Wouldn't have
wow.
been the same vibe then.
Yeah, they were all a bit,
Yeah, we used to take over places.
it didn't feel,
We used to go nuts on tour.
is it?
Oh, unreal. You go on tour with a team. I don't know what they're like now, but you'd always, every single tour you'd go on, you'd take some casual clothes. Not just your tracksuit and your Man United affiliate stuff. You'd take like a pair of jeans, a pair of trainers and a shirt or something like that to make sure we'll get a night out somewhere. Unbelievable.
All right. Talking about things he loves. Talking about things he doesn't love. The haunted one. This is the kit that haunts you. That's left an imprint in your memory. You cannot get rid of, but not in the best way. Man City home kit 2011-12.
Yeah, they dealt with us. Right. Aguero, innit?
Aguero moment. When you guys beat Sunderland 1-0.
Yeah.
What was that like when you're at Sunderland Stadium of Light?
It was one of the maddest moments. Like, we do our part, we win. And the game finishes, and normally a game finishes, right, everyone's finished. And we're going, what's the score over there? What's the score? Oh, they're drawing or they're losing, whatever. And you, for that couple of seconds, we've got it, we've won, they can't score, we've won. And then all of a sudden the Sunderland fans the news comes around, you can hear some of the Sunderland fans all cheering. And that moment when they cheered, it was like, boy, it was like, I wouldn't give that feeling to anyone.
Really?
Like, just taking like something you've given like a year's worth of work to, like the intensity that goes with it and what the feeling's like when you win it. It's there in your hands, and then it just falls through. And I'll never forget the manager's team talk after we went in. Obviously, everyone's down and the room's just quiet. A few people swearing and kicking things and whatnot. And then you're sitting down, and the manager's sitting there, and he goes, "Listen, like you experienced ones, you'll get through this. But all you young ones," and he was going around naming them. Remember, all of you, remember this moment. Remember their fans. Remember them Sunderland fans who got nothing to play for here, and they're laughing at you and cheering. And that was it. Go and enjoy your summer. But that was like you're running in pre-season, you're on holiday in pre-season, all you're thinking about is ramming that back down their throat. I think we won the league next year. So it's a mad moment.
Powerful words from.
Yeah, it is.
From the
I mean,
gaffer.
because I remember that was Man City's first title ever. But I'm growing up watching Man City, especially the Sean Gota days, and when they used to play Main Road, they wasn't even in the league. So it was just like. You had Manchester United dominating for years, and all of a sudden their rivals have won. Like as an Arsenal fan, I can't have Tottenham, even when they got to the Champions League final. I said if they win it, nobody will ever see me ever again. I can't have that. So for me, it was just like
it was mad because when I first signed for United, Man City were nothing. They weren't even on your radar. Oh, they're local rivals, but like they're never going to win anything. Shut up. They might beat us, but they're not going to win the league. They beat us, it doesn't mean we're not winning the league. They beat us and they get bragging rights for a couple of days, but we're going to win the league. So it was like nothing, and then all of a sudden they got that injection of money, and they start building, and it's like actually they're here to stay.
And when Robinho joined out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like Robinho in the FA Cup.
The big one was when Tevez went there from us. Do you know what I mean? And that was one of the most. At that moment, I was like, "Raw," because I knew how good he was. We knew exactly what player they were getting. Like mad.
So what was your reaction like when you found out Tevez is going to the ops?
Yeah, we was like, no, like, at the time I was like, this guy don't understand the rivalry. What's he doing? But at the same time, I knew the story behind it. Like, he wanted to sign the contract for Man United well before that time ago. Man United delayed and didn't come to him, and he just thought, and the kind of guy he is, I respected him in the end for it, because he just said, you know what, you disrespected me, don't care what you offer me, I'm not signing. And I remember David Gill, the chairman at the time, asked me to ring him and speak to him and speak to his agent and try and tell him, listen, the club want to sign you. And I remember his agent saying to me, Rio, doesn't matter what money they offer him, he won't sign. He feels he's been disrespected, so that's it. So I thought, as much as I'm disappointed, I respect him.
I feel like that made like the derby now.
Yeah, the rivalry come alive again.
Yeah, it's like more heated now.
Yeah.
What's the most heated game you played in from what you remember with Man City? The most heated game?
They weren't really heated. It was weird. We didn't. I think that was the beginning of the era of it becoming a bit more placid.
Right.
And not passive, but it wasn't as.
It
wasn't like the rivalry we had with Liverpool, or the rivalry that we had with Arsenal when Vieira and that were there, or even later than that. After that, we used to have it, and like there'd be tear-ups in the tunnel and things like that. But like, it never got to that with City. I don't know why.
Maybe because of the history, innit? Maybe because of their cabinet.
I don't know.
Yeah,
and the characters as well. Like, there was just people that just, and don't forget they had a lot of foreign players in their team at City. Whereas like Liverpool, their core was English. Their main players were English, who made sure they drove that culture. They understood the history between the teams. You know what I mean? Arsenal, yeah, they were foreign players, etc., but created their own type of rivalry through Needle and stuff like that as well. So different.
So what was it like going back to Leeds?
With United?
Yeah. You know, obviously you're there. I know they wasn't that active.
Yeah, I didn't know. So it's mad. When you're from London, you don't really understand all the rivalries. You know that there's a rivalry there, but you don't know levels. And
Leeds and Man United's rivalry, right?
Yeah, Leeds and Man United is a mad rivalry. Like, I didn't know. When I got there, it was like, I didn't even know that, like Rio, you're making a big decision to go Leeds, to go Man United from Leeds, because their fans will hate you. And I didn't even think about that, because I didn't know it was that much. I didn't like them, but I didn't know it was like to the core. When I signed and when I knew, I had a bar, only just opened in Leeds. I opened a bar, yeah. And when I signed for Man United, one of the head of the police rang me. I don't know how he got my number, but he rang me after I'd signed for Man United a couple of days later and said, just to let you know, I'd advise you don't open your bar. If you open your bar, there'll be people coming down, they'll mash it up. We've heard we've got intel. They're looking to destroy your place. So that place got just put to sleep straight away, never opened again, dormant, gone. So that was like, and then I started understanding it. And then when we went back with Man United the first time, we actually got beat 1-0, I think. I had to have police escort to get into the ground because where the bus used to park to get into the ground, you have to walk a little bit and like, madness, crazy.
Yeah, that's why you have to check your moves with Ivory. I remember on Foot Manager, I was
This guy, you plug in football, mate. Have you got a deal?
soon, man. But I was managing Ipswich Town. Never forget this.
Who are you playing?
And I'm trying to buy Timo Pukki from Norwich.
Yeah.
I think, what's going on? I'm offering 5 mil in the Championship. I'm offering big money.
Yeah.
No. Would never join my team. I've gone and Googled it. Ipswich and Norwich, big rivalry.
Rivalries. You got to know logistics and where people are, man.
Yeah, the big mirrors, like the one on the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mirrors. My mirrors need to be bigger, man. His glasses ain't seeing nothing, man.
But you won 6 titles, Premier League titles with United. That's a lot of titles. Was there one that?
Probably the first, isn't it? Because like I was 24, so you start thinking 24, like in football terms, probably almost halfway through my career.
I'm 30, bro. That's crazy.
And then to win the first one I'll never forget it. Arsenal were playing Leeds. Funnily enough, Leeds beat Arsenal. Then means we won the league without kicking a ball at the end. And party was mad. Lost my credit card that week. Everything, madness.
Credit card gone.
Yeah, gone.
Someone found your
Having a
credit
mad
card.
spend up, crazy. Probably for a good thing because it was just like it was getting blasted.
Yeah. Was that
We were going out. Sorry, that was on a Sunday. All of us met up on the Sunday, smashed, and I went out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We played Everton on the Saturday, and I remember Wayne Rooney running past me in the game and went, "Wow, you stink of alcohol." It's like, yeah, you would as well if you'd have done what I've done. Do you know what I mean? It was mad, but I was playing on just a high, man.
Well, it's different though, isn't it, when you play at United and go out in Manchester and when you go out in Leeds and London as well in some way, I guess?
Leeds is unbelievable now.
Was
When
it
you're a
good
Leeds
now?
player,
Is it?
wow, one of the best. Because it's a one-club city. So everywhere you go, you're loved and adored. Doorman ain't giving you no jib. In Manchester, I could go in as a City fan on the door. Don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? They're not allowed in. And I'm like, hold on a minute. But then in Manchester also, we was a team dominating as well. You could go in your club tracksuit and get in anywhere. That was a madness, yeah. Take liberties.
Was there one night out that you remember with the team that you're like, that's the best night out?
It was always that when we used to win something. Like when we used to win the league, we'd go out and we'd always go to a pub called The Grapes. It's like Coronation Street. Take over the pub. Then all of a sudden fans would hear we're in there and they'd come in and we'd have mad sing-songs. All the players' songs are getting sung, like madness.
Join the club and win the league somehow.
You do it sometime. You ain't done it for
Championship manager.
19 years you ain't done it, have you?
I mean, when I'm Championship manager, I don't. It's hard for me to win leagues, so I always start in the Championship and then work my way up. But
So you
if I
celebrate
win,
with
when I win League Cup, like everyone in the house is getting a rocky
DJ set straight on.
They're getting something, you know what I mean? Growing up, players like you, Maldini, Ledley King, Sol Campbell for me, the best defenders ever. Talk to me how you're handling Erling Haaland today.
Well, it's me and Vida together. We're used to handling 1v1. I'd normally be playing against Bergkamp and Henry, or Torres and Gerrard, or Hasselbank and Goodjohnson or Toro Andre Flo, or Dion Dublin and Daras Vassell, or Niall Quinn and Phillips, etc. So I got one man to deal with. I think Haaland would live in our era easily. He'd be one of the top strikers. Kane, top strikers. But then when you start going to the next level, underneath them, in our era there was better strikers. There was more to deal with. And we was playing 1 against 1 most of the time, 4-4-2. Now they got 1 striker and 2 wingers who are out wide who the fullbacks are taken care of. But you look at Brentford, when Brentford play teams, they give centre-halves a test. Why? Play 2 strikers.
Yeah, totally,
The centre-halves nowadays ain't used to playing against 2 strikers. It's normally like, you take him, I'll sweep, or I'll take him, you sweep. Imagine physically, just think about it physically, you having to play me against you for 90 minutes. Now they're getting breathers. Centre-halves are getting breathers, they're coming off not sweating. Back in our day, if you came off not sweating like I did, it was a feat. It was like, wow, how's he doing that?
Yeah, systems.
System overrides every individual now.
Like data as well.
Yeah, like I don't care what goes on, Pep Guardiola's team, it's got a function, and all the players have to play their role to suit the structure of the team. It ain't, I've bought Jack Grealish and you can come in and be the maverick you were at Villa. No. Hold the wing now. You might not see the ball for 20 minutes, but you've got to hold it because that's the structure of the team. And Jack's probably sitting there in his head thinking, I'm used to being able to go where the hell I want. What's all this sticking out, staying out air wide? That's why his numbers are different.
So the last is the named one, that one player you'll have in the back of your top, and you've gone with the Argentina home kit, 1986. That was the year I was born. I should have said that for the camera, but there's no rules. Yeah, and it's Maradona.
Diego Armando Maradona.
Diego, you know the middle name as well?
Yeah, bruv, you got to know it. That's when I was a kid, mate. Remember we were talking about the VHS? I had all the videos. Well, my mate did, Ahmet and Stefan, they had all the videos. We used to watch them. He was the man. He was the man before Messi and Ronaldo and the Brazilian Ronaldo.
I'm sorry, man. I'm going to have to say this for you, man. Listen, I'm not here to disrespect the legend, but if you score with your hand, that's cheating.
Imagine the imagination to do that, though.
That was in that kit as well.
Yeah.
What? Was it in this kit?
Yeah, the Cox
No
Sportive.
sponsor, no? No sponsor.
Iconic,
National team.
Iconic. It's a national team kit, bro. Looking for a sponsor. Imagine wearing that now, like a bit of a fashion thing like now. It'd be
Easily.
sick.
That would easily run. But what a player. I mean, I look at highlights now and you go, he's the Messi before Messi. It's like Messi's reincarnated Maradona.
Obviously, listen, he didn't do the numbers that a Messi would do or anything like that.
The flair.
But the flair, the impact in big moments. When he won the World Cup, he basically done it on his own. He had a good team, don't get me wrong, but like he was the stardust. He was doing things at that time that you're thinking, wow, how are you doing? Imagine we had the ability to see all the moments like we get to now, the footage we get now in them times. Don't forget, this man was doing stuff that Messi's doing now, like the moments, like taking people and doing things that makes you put your hand on your head, on pitches that would never, ever, ever see the light of day now. Our kids that play now would look at the pitches he played on and say, I refuse to play. It's not right, it's not good enough. There's too many holes, there's too many bumps. The football weighed a ton. The kit was heavy. He was 5'4". He should not be allowed to do what he done.
You know what? I think he had it a bit easy though. I don't remember.
Bro, he was getting people. You were allowed to tackle around earlobes.
Yeah, you could tackle.
You could take a man out here and get one of them. Not a yellow card. You get one of them. That's your first and last.
But what defenders was he going past? That's what I'm saying. He wasn't. It's not like he was going past Rio.
Baresi.
Did he go past Baresi?
Yeah, man. He won the league.
He did with Napoli.
And there's a great...
The great Arrigo Sacchi and Capello maybe teams that he played against defensively.
No, he was
elite, bro.
I don't think he would have got past Des Walker or Rio Ferdinand, no. That's just my opinion anyway, but he's still a legend.
Out of Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, who are we going for?
Just nostalgic. I just love Diego.
I feel like you have to go
nostalgic. And plus, he lived a life. He done it the way that everybody would dream to do it. The way Cristiano does it and Messi do it, they're teetotal, they're straight as you like, they're professional, they don't let anything deviate from what they're doing. That's why they've lasted 15, almost 20 years at the top doing what they're doing. This guy had a 4-year period where he was the best on the planet, bar none.
Yeah, there was times
and he lived a life like he was like a rock star. That's why he had everything that you just thought, rah, he's like one of us. That's what everyone saw. That's why I think people loved him. They love Gaza. They love Cantona because they see a bit of like that recklessness that most people...
Humanity.
Yeah, it's real.
How was Ronaldo though when he comes to that first training session? Was he imperfect? Did you not give him a bit of...
No, he got booted. If you ask him, he got booted, man.
Yeah.
Like...
Was he doing all that with him?
Yeah, skill, man. He was an entertainer. It's mad because the Ronaldo that people have seen the last 4, 5, 6 years ain't the Ronaldo that came to Man United. He was a showman. People come to the stadium going, I have come to see Ronaldo get me off my seat today. That's what it was like. Now, the back end of his career, he was like, I'm coming to see him a moment in the game where he decides the game. Whereas before it was like he could give you 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moments in a game because it's just pure skill. He might score, he might set, but it was just about making someone look stupid. He wanted to embarrass people. He was a joke, man. Unbelievable player, but he got it kicked out of him, or he got kicked enough in training and drilled enough in training by us that got him to a place where he understood that actually end product overrides everything as well. You can entertain to a certain extent, but you need the end product. And he left as the best player in the world.
But with Ronaldo, he's obviously, this season, been relegated to the bench at the moment. Obviously, age, maybe the Prem, how it's changed as well. How do you think he's feeling right now? How would he be taking that?
He'll be pissed. He won't be happy. But you don't get to do what he's done over that period of time and be happy and content to be on the bench at any point, or not to be getting the numbers that you want to be getting. So, but he'll be professional. He'll be focused because he'll know his time's going to come. You ain't doing what he's done without knowing that you're going to get an opportunity at some point, and then you're going to blast off. I think that's what will happen.
Yeah. Would you, if you were a manager, what would you do? Bench or play? Start?
Well, he hasn't had a pre-season, so I understand why he's not playing. And Marcus Rashford is scoring and assisting goals at the moment, so I understand why he's still staying in the team. And the team is the overriding factor now at the moment. The way Man United have started the season to now, they need to make sure the team is doing the right things and forget about individuals. And obviously Casemiro is a big signing, ain't playing. Ronaldo isn't playing. But their time will come. And then when their time comes, I think they'll both stay in the team. I just think that'll be the case, and the manager will shift it about.
Rio, man, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. I've enjoyed it.
Gave us some great insight.
That was Stripped, brought to you by William Hill.
Again, that's my line.
I'm sorry, 18 plus, gamble responsibly.
Have a nice.
And big up to our people at Classic Football Shirts for sending in all the wonderful shirts you've seen on today's show.